Trip After Party on the Power Trip Podcast Network.
We're rolling. It's the Power Trip After Party, and it's 9:02, and it's the 18th day of June. Yeah, my wife, for some reason, is patently against me getting sprinklers for my yard. So every year, there's at least one, but probably 2 weeks of the year where my yard looks horrible. Mm-hmm. Like you would expect that there would be cars up on blocks in my yard because my grass is so dead. But again, she's like, it's going to rain. You're fine. We'll put the water thing out if we want to. We never put the water thing out, and the grass always looks horrible, and my neighbors hate me for it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I got to get sprinklers eventually.
That's the neighbor guilt factor, right?
Of course.
If you have the one garbage lawn in the neighborhood, it makes everybody else's lawn look kind of worse.
Yeah.
It's adjacent to just a shithole.
That's what it is.
Yeah. That's a dodge. Yeah, bullet.
But she won't let me get sprinklers. I don't know why.
Why not?
I apparently because she can't order them on Amazon.
How fast do you think?
It's not that easy. Come on.
If you put in sprinklers without her knowing, how long do you think it would take her to realize or notice that the sprinklers are running?
And she'd notice right away because the water bill would go up. And then she'd be like, who is using all the water? I'd be like, I don't know, but look at my grass. It's awesome. I mean, literally, my neighbors on both sides of me have football fields. Like, they're beautiful. Mm-hmm. They look like you could... Like somebody who works at Rush Creek comes down and does their lawn. That's how great it works. It looks. Not me.
Well, if there's any yard to have like a good professional, it's yours because it's so fucked up.
I know. It's a mess. It's up and down and over and about. Right. I know. You're right. I couldn't agree more. I know.
It isn't even possible to install. I don't think they got tubes that contort that
I know.
shape.
I said this when we were talking to Marnie on the podcast the other day. She's like, why couldn't you put a pool in here? I'm like, you don't know what my yard looks like. It's an absolute atrocity.
It looks like a motocross like track.
Yeah, that's right. Which I thought was cool when I was younger.
Doing jumps off the backyard.
Yeah, this is awesome. Let's go, Alex. Come on. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's my sprinkler, and that's why I want rain today so badly.
Yeah, please.
Because,
fair enough.
I think you're going to get it.
I hope so. Because last time we were supposed to get like the remnants of the hurricane.
Yeah.
We didn't get anything in Maple Grove.
No, and it's supposed to rain on Saturday too. So I don't know. It looks like there's some solid, rain.
It's been windy as hell. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, you have no idea, man. You should have seen the wind in South Dakota.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Holy moly. So anyway, there you go. Brianne, listen, you're back in the fold now.
I'm so happy.
And well, that makes one of us. But listen, no, I'm just kidding. But you're supposed to help us with topics for this here After Party podcast because, frankly, by the end of the show, I got nothing left.
Well, why don't we just keep talking about OnlyFans then? I feel like that's a pretty hot topic.
That is a very hot topic. And we do have an expert, somebody who's making a good amount of money on her OnlyFans page that has volunteered to come in and talk about it. So
I thought you were talking about me first.
I know, I did too, actually.
I said somebody who makes good money.
Yeah, that's what it
not
turned.
pays good money.
Good money.
Yeah, right.
Makes good money.
Right. Have you got any subscribers or anybody even reach out to you at all?
I had one.
Really?
former coworker of mine got hammered one night. It's like, I'll do it.
What kind of content are you putting out?
How's Kevin doing, by the way?
Oh, my God.
What did you have to put on there for him? Were you surprised by the kinkness?
I probably should have put something. It was so late at night, and I actually I forgot about it until you asked me about it. So I should probably put like a foot pick or something up there for him.
Something like that.
Because he did pay $9. I think I'm going to try to refund it, but $9.69 is mine.
Brianne, it sounds like your parents passed the Chris Rock test, right? You're not a stripper.
No, I mean they did a pretty good job.
But everybody, male and female, have a price. Hawk even joked about it on the show. For $100K, he'd shove a cucumber up his ass if somebody's going to pay him $100,000 to do it.
Absolutely,
right?
I would.
Mm-hmm. What would be your honest price?
Let's pick a different task, and then we'll talk numbers.
If we do the exact same, if we're talking the same bit as the one that Hawk knows, topless photos. Total salary a month. Forget how many subscribers. So I don't need to know your monthly fee. What would the amount of money a month be fair to have private nudes sent, just the top half to 1,000 or 2 people?
Some lucky rubes.
Yeah, some lucky rubes.
I'm gonna say 10,000. I'd
10K.
probably do it, but I'd probably do it for 5.
So 120,000 a year.
Oh my God. But like I said, what is Uncle Sam, Mr. PIMP, taking from that?
Sure. Right.
I want to know.
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah, because if you're claiming that as income, right, then
he wants
40-something% out the door.
Yeah, and it's coming in as a credit card, so you can't really hide it.
Right.
$5,000 a month ain't that much.
It isn't? Well, then I'm sticking at 10. Then, I would
I wouldn't go any lower.
That's a good Patreon podcast.
Right.
What are they showing poker tables for, Corey?
They're wiping them down. Look at.
Well, it sounds like there's one room that opened up. One of the garbage casinos opened up their poker room. So I think it's getting closer.
The poker room is the rest of the rooms in the hotel.
That's the red room. And I keep hearing that the local card clubs are still 2 or 3 weeks away from having poker back, but we'll see.
Fingers crossed for you, man. I'm sorry. I know this has been a tough time for you.
When are we heading to Vegas?
So, Michael Kenny from Defined Destinations asked me that the other day. He texted me and said, what's the plan?
Yeah.
I have 2 fears about trying to rebook it this fall and not just having the full 1 year delay. Is we don't know what 3 months from now or 4 months from now looks like.
No kidding.
So a nightmare is, what if a whole bunch of these sports that we think are going to be back up and running are altered? What if Vegas's policies are altered? The last thing we want to do is get everybody excited and then have a date set and then realize, what are we going to do if we go? There's nothing to do. Nothing's open. Everything's shut down again. I mean, who knows? I feel like it's safer just to give ourselves the full year off.
Yeah.
And just try to aim for March of 2021 and just hope college basketball is back. The NBA's up and running by March. Hockey's up and running again in March.
Oh, he'll be dead by then.
Yeah, this one might be dead.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think the 1 year delay is the smartest play?
I think it's the only safe way to go at this point. Again, this is my favorite word lately, and I apologize. I use it way too much, I have to admit. But the optics of us going to Vegas would be terrible. I think they would if we are encouraging a bunch of people to jump on a plane together and go to Vegas. And any pictures we take, we're all going to be drunk, hanging all over each other. I just think that there's too much to lose there. I really do. And let's talk about the real life scenario as well, of the fact that somebody on the trip might catch COVID and die.
No thanks.
Well, speaking of optics, I have to worry about this weekend, right? The new guidelines are 250 people max at places like restaurants. Well, the Udapils event on Saturday, we sold 300 tickets for. So already, right, if everybody shows up at the same time, we're over, which is a huge problem, which is why we extended the party from 2 hours to 6 to try to spread it out.
Yeah.
The Initials game launch party on Saturday. Again, it's sold out. I assume all 300 people won't show, right? They're by definition will be people that can't make it, that paid for the ticket that can't make it. But even so, the optics of that, this is a bar. Right? People are going to be drinking. So I'm going to assume almost no one's going to be wearing a mask, right?
Right.
Almost no one. So even if we do max it out at 250, that's going to look really packed, no masks. I assume if you're a person that's showing up on Saturday, you're one of the people, and I'm kind of in this camp now, that is pretty comfortable doing that, right? Trying to keep your distance.
Sure.
Trying to be as responsible as you can. You're not shaking hands or hugging or high-fiving everybody you see. You keep your distance, but you can't really wear a mask at a brewery if you're drinking beer for a couple of hours.
Sure, I know.
But I can't worry about it because I know everybody that's showing up, everyone is aware of what's happening. So it's not like anybody now in June is walking into this going, wait a minute, what? I was at risk of what? Like, no, if you show up, then if you're not comfortable with that, then stay home and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll get you your game a different time.
Yeah, and again, that said, the other side of my argument is if we decided to do just for fun a KFAN trip, just for us, as friends to go out to Vegas, I would do it.
Right.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, right. But there is a difference. You know what I mean? A sanctioned KFAN power trip event is different than just going out there and taking your own risk. You know what I mean?
You feel responsible for those
Of course,
people.
yeah, right. And whether you feel it or not, lawyers might see you as that.
Exactly.
I don't know. So, I don't know. I don't know either, man. I don't know.
Chrissy Teigen doesn't have fake boobs anymore. Thank you.
We did talk about that the other day, yeah.
Oh, you did?
You know what? I will give her surgeon credit. I was convinced when she was in SI, I was convinced they were real.
No
and
kidding.
I'm pretty good at guessing that, I would think.
Same.
I feel like I'm really good at guessing. I would have guessed that wrong. I'm like, nope, those are real. And apparently they were not. So
that's why I brought it up. I was so surprised.
A+ by her surgeon because I would have lost a lot of money making that bet.
Wow. There's another bet I would have lost, and that's what I'm reading on the television right now. This is the second thing from the Supreme Court this week that shocks me.
I would have guessed both of these wrong as well, too, with Gorsuch and Kavanaugh on the court. I thought we were in trouble with a lot of these things, but the Supreme Court is upholding DACA.
Which is, obviously dreamers brought to the country as children can, keep their rights and such.
600,000 people.
I'm shocked, but I'm glad. That's good. All right, you got anything else over there? Come on, we're depending on you. We're leaning on you, man. Come on, we're leaning on anything I highlighted. I think is up for grabs.
I know. I hear
just so you know.
I hear you.
All right.
So apparently, Irish people back in the day.
Yeah.
This isn't news, though. I feel like everyone knows that.
No, it's okay.
Liked
I want to comment upon it.
Okay. They like to get busy with their brother and sister.
You can say it.
Keep those bloodlines close, okay?
You can say it. You can say it. Just read the story. It's okay. You can say it.
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, just say it.
Sex. I said it in the microphone.
I understand, but what kind of sex? I mean,
brother and sister kind of sex.
Okay, that's what I was talking about. It's incest. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. That's how you would label
Yeah. I mean,
that.
everybody over there. I'm sure it's not news that Irish people get it on. I took that for granted.
But everybody.
Yeah.
They like.
Do you know? Actually, I just thought of this. Johnny Knoxville did like a DNA test a while ago, and he is super inbred. He is Tennessee backwoods kind of stock.
That's hot.
Yeah. Right. Well, there's
makes a lot of sense. I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, there's at some point back in the day. Yeah. There's a lot of shenanigans going on up in the hills where the only people you see on a daily basis you're related to. That's the truth. A lot of shenanigans.
Like your sister, Chris?
Well, yeah. And a lot of my family up in Kentucky. Absolutely. I'm sure it's true. I'd be scared to know the origins of that.
What do you have to say about these Irish people?
Yeah, it says basically the royalty would get it on with each other, right? Just to keep
it close.
The line close. Yeah, I think that's the fact that they can prove it now, I guess, is the big deal. But I'm not shocked at all. I think that happened a lot.
How about what's his name? Jonah Hill's character in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, how funny is that?
Yeah.
And the fact that I looked it up and it's true.
Yeah. So he married his first cousin.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't want anyone else to fuck his cousin.
Yeah,
that was the logic.
That was the line. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. So, good movie, by the way, again.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
What's your favorite Scorsese movie? Everybody. Come on.
That one.
It's hard to beat that one.
No, you like... oh, never mind. That's the wrong one.
What was that one he did with... that had Matt Damon and Leo in it? It also had De Niro and...
Oh, the Departed.
The Departed was Jack Nicholson.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I meant. Jack
That's a good
Nicholson. Yeah,
one.
it's The Departed. That's a great one, too, man. That's
Great
really,
movie.
really good. I'd have to look at his whole line of movies because he's done so many good ones.
Yeah, Zach, look it up quick. Find Scorsese's IMDb and go through them. Let's rage and debate.
Something controversial. I almost think I would have enjoyed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood if it was a Scorsese movie and not a Tarantino
Oh, really?
movie.
Tarantino. I loved Tarantino way more than Scorsese, but
Did you not like the last 20 minutes?
No, I loved the last 20 minutes.
Really?
Kind of my favorite part, I'd say.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I wonder why you think it would be different if Scorsese had done it. How would it have been different?
I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I think Tarantino's kind of overrated. Sorry, hot take. But
whoa.
I don't know. Maybe too many women's feet for me.
That's always his thing,
kidding.
though.
I'm kidding.
Oh, gotcha.
I can't remember anyone
He's
with feet.
always done that.
Oh, there's feet.
Really?
But, yeah.
Margot Robbie's feet?
Margot Robbie's feet.
Oh, yeah, there is. That's right.
Andy
Yeah,
McDowell's
yeah.
daughter's dirty feet on the windshield.
That's
when
true,
Brad Pitt
too.
picks her
That's
up. Thank
right.
you.
Yes.
Yep.
And they are dirty. That is pretty grody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Manson family chicks.
Andy McDowell has a daughter
That's
that acts?
her. Yeah.
Is she hot?
She's very pretty.
Yeah, I think in the film she plays an underage girl. I don't know if she really is an underage girl.
Oh.
You know?
She's young, but she's
Yeah.
dating Pete Davidson a few months ago. So
No kidding.
Wait a minute. Who hasn't Pete dated?
me.
Well, get in line.
Kate Beckinsale.
Yep.
Obviously,
Ariana.
Ariana Grande. Kaya Gerber. Now, whoever the hell Andy McDowell's daughter is.
Yep.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really good in that. She's really crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
You're just your type?
Yeah, kind of.
I know.
Now that you say that, yeah.
I
Right.
know. I could see you.
Did you find the list of films?
Who's that knocking at my door?
Who gonna ring him the bell?
1967. I
Do
don't
me a
think.
favor.
Boxcar Bertha. Anybody seen that one?
No.
Mean Streets.
Yeah, that's great, man.
73.
That's Pacino, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
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 De Niro.
De Niro. That's what it is. Damn, I get those two mixed up.
Yeah.
Some
well,
bitch.
One the same.
Alice doesn't live here anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Ta-
more of a statement. But yeah.
Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Great movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's really, really, really great.
New York, New York.
Never saw it.
No, I guess I haven't either.
Raging Bull.
Incredible. Arguably one of the best movies of all time. In fact, I think, like AFI did that list in like 1994 or 5, right? 100 greatest
best,
movies.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I think Raging Bull at the time was like, I don't know. It was in the top 100 somewhere. I don't remember the number, though. Didn't when they redid that like 20 years later, wasn't Raging Bull, if it wasn't number 1, it was like number 2, 3, 4. Like it was a top 5 movie when they redid the list.
It's up there.
Are you looking that up right now, Zach, too?
Yeah.
Zach's really good at quickly Googling
Yeah,
things.
he's the exact opposite of sauce.
He's the opposite of sauce.
Right, yeah.
Sauce. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Zach's generation can find shit on Google in about 2.6 seconds.
Yeah.
39 of 50 greatest movies in Variety. It was 5th in Entertainment Weekly's list of 100 greatest movies of all time.
Okay.
So,
what about the AFI list? Because they've done it at least twice.
Is that American Film Institute or something?
Yep.
oh, here we go. 100 Years, 100 Movies, number 24.
Originally, right?
Or number 24. And then 100 Years, the 10th Anniversary Edition was number 4.
See, that's what I thought. I knew it jumped up.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe even all the way to number 1, but jumped up to number 4.
Number 1 in sports.
Okay.
So,
Damn.
Raging Bull.
It's a great movie.
Have you not seen it, Zach?
Never heard of
Whoa.
It's black and
You
white.
probably like
It's a
it.
boxing movie. It's everything that sucked about Rocky is great in Raging Bull. Like it's 1,000 times better than Rocky.
Wow.
1,000 times better.
it. I love Rocky. So
I hate Rocky, so it makes it easy
do
to make it
too.
1,000 times better.
Shoot. Okay. The King of Comedy.
Yeah. Which, by the way, wasn't the King of Comedy the inspiration for De Niro's character in The Joker?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
That was like a nod to that.
And I never saw the
I've
King
never
of
seen
Comedy,
The King of Comedy
right?
either.
But I believe
Yeah.
that's where the inspiration for his character. I forget the name of his character already, and I saw it a week ago and I forgot. But a talk show dude.
After Hours.
Don't know it.
The Color of Money.
Yeah.
Paul Newman, right?
Paul Newman.
It's the
Tom
pool movie,
Cruise.
right? With
Right,
Tom
right.
Cruise.
Yep. That's
Never
right.
saw it.
The Last Temptation of Christ.
Jeff Daniels? Who's in that?
Yep. William Dafoe, Harvey Keitel, Barbara Hershey, Andre Gregory, Harry Dean Stanton, and David Bowie.
I love Harry Dean Stanton.
The Last Temptation of Christ was Scorsese. No kidding. I've not seen it.
And this one, I don't know if you guys have heard this one. Goodfellas,
Yeah. That's probably going to be my winner.
Cape Fear.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's okay.
Scary as hell.
Yeah.
That's
that's-
really good. What's her name?
Counselor.
Juliette Lewis?
Juliette Lewis.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
By the way, The Last Temptation of Christ, right? If it wasn't ass, what the hell could it possibly have been? Raising Cane's?
Probably poker.
God, I mean, right at the last second, he must have been like, "Oh boy, that chick's unbelievably hot.
right.
This is really bad timing for me."
Well, like,
Mary,
okay.
we got to talk.
I'm going to get in trouble for this, but
Don't then.
okay.
No, don't reconsider. Keep reading movies.
Okay.
Yeah, keep reading Scorsese films.
The Age of Innocence.
Don't know.
Don't know it?
Did I say Cape Fear?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
did.
did. We talked about Juliette Lewis. Yeah.
Casino?
Oh,
Ever
that
heard of
might
it?
be my favorite of the movies. I'm not saying it's the best movie, but that might be my favorite of his movies. I love that movie. Sharon Stone in that movie.
Yep.
The end of Pesci in that movie with his brother.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man! You motherfucker!
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Kundun?
Whoa!
Yeah, excuse me?
Kun. K-U-N-D-U-N.
I never wear those.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. Any stars that we would know in that?
It stars the adult Dalai Lama?
Excuse me.
I don't know.
Oh,
It sounds awful.
is that a documentary?
In what world is
Kundun is
the
a
Dalai Lama making
1997
cameos?
American epic biographical film
Okay, there you go. It's a biography.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
bringing out the dead,
Bring out the dead!
Don't know it.
starring Nicolas Cage,
Okay.
Patricia Arquette, John Goodman. Gangs of New York.
Yeah, love it. Love that movie, right?
One of the more underrated movies in the last 25
Especially
years.
the first half of that movie.
Yeah, well, again, Leo's great. Cameron Diaz is great, but
I know.
if the younger generation, Zach, have you seen it?
No.
What?
So Daniel Day-Lewis, right, is almost universally considered the greatest actor in the last
Of his
30 years,
generation.
right?
Yeah,
Greatest
right.
actor of his generation.
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood is spectacular. He's in a bunch of... But, like, him as Bill the Butcher is freaking amazing.
Unreal.
Even though it's a long-ass movie, it's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Every scene he's in is worth watching all 3 hours, right? It's a great movie. Mm-hmm. Did he not win for that? I think he did.
He probably did. He should have.
He should have.
He's fantastic.
Dude, yeah.
It's just so good.
Zach, we're on a roll of movies you should drop everything and see,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
Prestige, Memento.
You would like, too.
Best
Yeah.
actor
New
in a
York.
leading role, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Oh, that was the British Academy Award. Let's see here.
Even so, he was definitely
what now?
nominated for
Yeah,
Gangs
Was
of New York.
Leo nominated the same year as him? Did he beat him out?
Well, but they would
I
be
don't
different
remember
categories,
Leo
Oh,
right?
because he
Too
got
much-
supporting?
Yeah,
Okay, my
it'd be
bad.
supporting anyway.
I don't remember Leo getting as much love for that.
No,
movie.
there
No, it was all about
Yeah.
Daniel
no
Day-Lewis.
Oscars, just nominations for that, by the way.
God, who beat Daniel Day-Lewis that year?
I believe probably Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah, for
And Me,
Mr.
Myself, and
Popper's
Irene.
Penguins.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see here. Winners 2002. Right?
All right, so I'm going with Goodfellas then.
I'm
Yeah, I
going
take
Casino.
it back. I didn't know he had so many stinkers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean that's not a lot. I mean, it's a lot of home runs there.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, the winner, Adrian Brody for The Pianist.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I remember when he won that. That's right.
That's a really
And that's
good
a hell
movie,
of a
too, though.
movie,
But that's
My
that's
Never
Roman
saw it.
Polanski's movie.
Whom
The Aviator.
liked it a lot.
Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very good.
Oh, I forgot he did that.
Yeah, me too.
The Departed.
Yep, A+.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Love that movie.
Shutter Island.
Very good.
Very good as well.
don't like
He's
that
done a lot of
movie.
Leo movies.
Jesus.
I had no idea he did that many Leo movies.
It's like so sad.
Yeah. Well,
I guess.
get over it.
Great ending, though, right? The twist at the end
Yeah,
was great.
but it's like
And
that's
his-
like my worst nightmare. I
But
guess.
Leo's choice at the end?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it's
And-
a hell of a movie.
There's a lot of people that thought it was ambiguous. I thought it was pretty clear
Yeah.
whether or not he was sane or insane. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you haven't seen that movie in a long time, it's a fun little end when you get to see Leo's, quote, choice. Or is he making a choice?
Yeah, right.
Does he even know he's making a choice? I thought the ending was spectacular.
Hugo.
That's like a kids movie, right?
Yeah, okay, so
He made a kids movie?
kind of. So that was, I believe Hugo was up for Best Picture. So
Yeah.
Angie and I saw that in the theater once, thinking like, hey, we'll see it. We'll see if the kid, at the time, I don't think even Harper was born. I think that was just, we were going to see if Bailey would like it. I thought it was boring as fuck. Like, it was beautifully like shot and like, from a cinematography perspective, you're like, great job, A+ all around. Everybody take a nice victory lap. But at the end of the day, I was bored out of my mind. Like, this is such a standard Best Picture, like, skillfully put together movie, not entertaining at all. I hated it.
4 out of 4 stars from Roger Ebert, 93% Rotten Tomatoes.
I didn't care for
Best cinematography, art direction, and visual effects.
all
along
of that
sound
makes
editing,
sense. Everything
and
was,
mixing.
all of this stuff, those awards that you just said make
What
a
is
ton
it
of
about?
sense.
I think I've seen it. I can't
It was like
remember
a
what it's
kid in a
about.
boy
clock.
named
Like, I don't even
Hugo.
remember. I was so bored. Like, it
Okay.
was like this weird clock thing in England, and I don't even remember the plot of it. I was so
Yeah,
bored.
like
Tells
there-
the story
are
of a
there
boy
keys
who
and stuff?
lives alone in the Gare Montparnasse railway station in Paris.
That's
in
right. He lives
1930s.
behind the clock, and his dad fixed the clocks, and then he has to do it because his dad dies or something
Yeah,
like that.
something
Yep.
like that.
That's right. Yeah, I've seen it. I just obviously I didn't care that much about it.
No,
I don't remember.
Instantly forgot it.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
very forgettable movie,
Interesting. Of course, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Love
which I
it.
still need to see.
My
And of course,
favorite.
it's another Leo movie.
Yeah.
Silence.
I don't know
That
what
was
that
with
is.
Adam Driver and
Andrew Garfield, Liam Neeson.
Don't know it. Really?
Oh, God, I
Holy
wish it
ball
was-
sacks.
Co-directed, I guess, or co-produced with Jay Cox
Yeah,
as
of course. Would have been great if Sauce was in that.
He was today.
Today he was.
Yeah.
He starred in it today.
well. And finally, The Irishman.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah.
Back half was better than the first half.
The visual effects that they had to do for
Yep.
is crazy. But
Yeah, that
It
was
bugged
good.
me. It got going, though. Once that movie got going, it was fun.
Yeah.
The guy that looks like Charch that played Al Capone in Boardwalk Empire was
Actually-
awesome.
He's in a lot of things these days.
I always
was
forget his
Charch.
real name. Oh, it was Charch?
Yeah,
Good for
he-
him, man. So Sauce was in Silence, Charch was in The Irishman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Look at the
Everyone's-
power of the fan.
Yeah. Well,
And if Brienne will just do an OnlyFans account, she'd make a fucking fortune.
I don't know why you won't do it. You don't. You can just cloud out your face and say your name is Jim Brown.
Brian,
it doesn't
you,
matter.
You were in the Wolf
Nobody's
of Wall
gonna
Street,
know.
weren't you? The airplane
God.
scene.
I've fallen for that Jim Brown nude trick so many times.
Jim Brown. What's
I have
that?
to cancel so many subscriptions.
What do you mean?
What's that?
I just thought I was going to see a football legend get naked, and it ended up being Brienne with her face blurred out.
Oh, I get it. I
yeah,
get it. I get it. I get it.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lastly, for the day, I want you guys to know, this just came out that I just saw. I'm sure it's been out for a while, but Mama June admits she was doing $2,500 of meth a day.
God bless
How
her.
do you live, number one, and how do you have $2,500 a day to spend on meth? Did they make money off that show like crazy?
Yes, and they're still making money.
Rich?
It's still a show.
Is that how she lost her weight?
It was okay. I'll explain
I'm
it because I
supposed to.
watched this thing like it's a train wreck through clips on YouTube. Okay, so it was the Honey Boo Boo show, and then it was like a family show.
Yeah, right.
And then they did all that plastic surgery on her. That was another show, and then she left for another man and to do drugs, and now that's like an intervention show that they're doing.
No kidding. So it's still on the. I literally had no idea.
I
Did
didn't
you know that?
I had no idea.
Wow.
So
okay.
they're still
what happened to the
making
little
money.
kid? What about Baby June or whatever?
She's
Honey Boo Boo.
just
Honey Boo Boo,
killing
yeah.
it at life. You
So
know?
she's okay though. I mean, did she
healthy
turn out to be?
weight, not doing anything destructive, anything
No
like
kidding.
that. Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, so you're making fun of
Yes.
her?
No,
Oh, okay.
I would never.
I mean, yeah,
but
you're being facetious.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So she's a mess.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
That's
that.
what happens when.
Yeah, for sure.
So it is kind of sad, but that's the update.
Yeah, I guess I did not know that. All right.
But yeah,
well.
2,500 ain't nothing to sniff at. Don't mind the pun, please.
Hey, by the way, if you're out there and you have a business or a company that needs kids who are looking for their first job, please let me know. Abigail's having a hard time because there's so many companies, obviously, just coming back alive. That would normally be the kind of company that she would get a job at, like a restaurant or something like that. But so many people were furloughed that obviously you want to bring back the furloughed employees first. So we're having a hell of a time finding a first job for her, but she really needs it. She's bored out of her damn mind. She's been home for way too many months. She needs a freaking job. So if you got a need for a 17-year-old who basically has only sold merch and sang on stage with her dad her whole life, please let me know. Hawk at KFAN.com.
Killer salesperson.
She's pretty good at it, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. She, you know what? Quick aside, we got to end this because we've been doing it for long enough. But something we could talk about more. Here's something very. I don't know if it's indicative of her or of her generation. I can put her in a room of adults. She's comfortable. She talks. She's funny. She makes jokes. She feels good about herself. If I see her in a room with kids her own age, she will not talk. She's embarrassed. She's afraid of making a fool of herself. She goes into a shell.
That's a product of you.
Do you think so?
Yes,
really?
because I'm the same way. Yes. And I had
But I didn't
parents
raise
that were
you.
like, well, okay, well, I wish, but no, like just
Christmas would have kicked ass for you,
You would have been
Brandon.
so wealthy.
Every day's Christmas when you're Chris's kid.
So you're,
No, I think you hold her to that standard to be able to function with
To talk
adults.
to adults,
and
right.
maybe she kind of missed that, and I kind of feel that way too. You just kind of miss that with your peers a little bit, maybe
Right.
because how much older is your son than her?
8 years.
That's why. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have an
there you
older
go.
sister
Right.
too, so it's just
Right.
kind of like a different dynamic. You're raising just one kid at a time, kind of. You know,
I'm not kidding you. If I put her in this room right now, she could do this podcast with us and hold her own, and she'd be great. At school, she tries to hide in her locker, and it's sad. You know, I think it's because maybe I don't know, but like kids judge you so quickly, and then they hold that against you the rest of your life. And adults are just like, yeah, cool, whatever. You know, you get over that. I think as you get older, I hope anyway, or at least you don't do it to somebody's face.
well, school can only last for so long, so
Yeah, I
soon
know.
she'll be a normal
It
adult.
took me until my senior year to finally connect with my peers.
Totally.
Because I was always, I guess you would call an old soul, even though I was a class clown.
Middle-aged white guy.
But yeah, I'm a middle-aged white guy. My hair
You're
was
growing
receding
into the
in middle
person you
school.
always were.
But yeah, no. So I totally level there. I mean, I always was more comfortable with adults.
Okay, yeah, right.
That's a good quality because I mean, when she does get into the workforce,
Yeah.
they're gonna love
That's
her.
what I
Exactly.
continue to tell her. I'm like, you know what? Get a job hosting at a restaurant if somebody's hiring, because you're fine talking to adults.
It's a good
You
start.
do, yeah, and that's a great way to find some self-confidence. And I told her, I'm like, you're going to get yelled at. People are going to be assholes to you.
Right. Yep.
And that's something you got to deal with. That's real life.
Yep,
So-
that's adult life.
Yeah, for sure.
My
All right.
kids are opposites. The older one's the introvert. The youngest one is the extrovert.
No kidding.
Yep. Yeah, the oldest one is the one that is comfortable being around adults, but even in around adults, she'll just like quietly wait for her turn. Like she just kind of like wallflowers it.
Huh.
So she's confident around adults because she's also like Zach. She's been an old soul since she was like 4.
Yeah.
Always like more mature than most of her friends her age. So she's comfortable being around adults. And to your point, back to like Alex, Harper and Bailey are 8 years apart as well.
There you go. Right.
So the neighborhood that we were raising Bailey in to start, there were not a lot of kids around there, so we were her friends.
Yeah.
So she's super used to being around adults, not kids. So yeah, she's very introverted with other kids. The little one is a fucking alpha.
Yeah, watch those swimsuit
she
purchases.
runs. Yeah, she runs every room that she's in, whether you want her to. Oh yeah, whether you want her to or not. She's super confident being around anybody because she's going to lead the way. She's the boss. That's always fun.
Yeah. I'm not saying she takes after her mom or anything.
No. Yeah, she definitely gets that the women get to rule the house for sure. So I don't remember the last choice I got to make with that kid either.
Can I just tell you something, Corey? And it's nothing I'm going to go into because I don't mean to be grody or anything like that. But there's going to come a time when you're surrounded by 3 women all on the same cycle, brother.
Well,
I'm
already
right
on
now,
2.
It's hard enough for 2 of them.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what 3 is going to be like because...
Well, luckily the oldest one will be out of the house at that point, honestly, because I don't unless it's truly that monthly visitor is visiting and then the oldest daughter is visiting because by the time Harper's in that category, Bailey will probably be off doing something else. But the 2 of them are on about the same schedule right now, so that's when I just duck and cover.
That's all you can do. I know.
That's why I would like a card room to be open so I can go play poker for 4.5 days once a month. And
I've told them both, I wish you guys would put a calendar up.
Right.
Because I forget. I'm like, why are you such a goddamn mess today? Oh, that's right. I'm so stupid. I'm like, what is going on with you two?
But here's what I don't get. Here's what I don't get. I wish women understood this. Like, the only reason we want to know is because we don't hate you. No. You don't hate us. But for those 4 or 5 days, I'm going to hate you and you're going to hate me. So just tell me to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And you'll be happier in 5 days. I'll be happier in 5 days. I'll see you when it's over.
Yeah.
And then there will be no harm, no foul. Let's just move on with our lives.
I'm going to be sitting on the couch going like this. You both say you want to watch a horror film, but we can't find a single fucking one that you want to watch. And it's been an hour. Somebody make a choice. Oh, that's right. If they just walked over to a calendar and went, here's what day it is, and here's how long it's going to take us to pick a movie.
Yeah,
the indecisiveness is real. That's really funny.
We can end on Sauce being right. Just this is one of those times I wish I smoked cigarettes. Right? if my daughter, if Bailey and Angie were like, our periods are starting, I would just like to have a cigarette in my hand and just go, see you in 5 days, and just flick it and then just hit the road, go South Dakota on it and disappear for. Instead of 17 hours, more like 80 hours consecutively, and I'll see you when it's over.
Let's just say there's a reason we went to South Dakota this week.
That makes so much more sense.
Bye!